You gotta love ice skating this early in the morning. At least got some sunshine. This will only get slicker as that sun comes out. Induced draft motor. This is an old guy. Had some kind of power issue inside. They had to fix something on a switchgear. Electric company come out, turned the power off, turned it back on after they were done. And after that, they had no heat. Warning, do not disengage. Well, that's helpful. It's an old disconnect, so I'm gonna assume somebody learned their lesson and it probably doesn't close all the legs or something. So I've got an inducer. I don't hear a blower, but this could be a simple reset after they had whatever power issue they had. So we got the usual mess of wires that you see in something this old. That was 4 flashes. I don't know what the hell that means, but I bet I might be able to find it somewhere. Everything looks good. The one thing I do notice, if y'all hadn't caught it yet, is that overload breaker's off, which would make sense for our lockout if it's a limit trip maybe. But we're not gonna kick it back on just yet. I wanna get into the blower. It's gonna be on the other side, make sure all that looks good. They didn't change the transformer or anything. They just shut the power off for them so they could do something inside. This is a manufacturing plant of some sort. So I don't know what they did inside or where that power comes from, but the only motor I've got running now is a single phase. So we need to verify I've got 3-phase and kind of move forward from there. 102. Yeah, it's backwards. The flash code is limit switch. I dug through the book and found it's 4 consecutive limit switch faults. So we're gonna check the blower. I'm kind of in between now. I don't know. I'm gonna try not to turn that disconnect switch off if I can. A big warning label on the front. Looks like it's been there for a while, and I'll bet that disconnect's bad. So we'll see what we can do. We might be able to pull 24 volts or something from here to reset the board. But we gotta verify the blower's okay first. You can see somebody has protected those wires. Maybe not so much on the far side, but up to there at least. So, I mean, we got a tight belt. Nothing sounds weird. I don't know why. I mean, it could have been in the middle of a cycle too when they cut power. I mean, I don't know why that is a blower overload that I was looking at, so I'm not sure why that would have tripped. I mean, the motor, even if reversed, should just sit here and run backwards. Let's verify we don't have any shorts or anything like that on the output side of that overload. And then, as long as we ain't got any shorts, I'll kick it on and we'll see if it's going the wrong way. We got a problem here. I can see we got yellow, black, and blue. We got yellow, blue, and black. Somebody's corrected this in the past. That didn't kill let's kill everything. Just pull the fuse, right? Kill everything. I got no low voltage, so nothing should come on. Let's see if the blower works. That motor sounded good. The burns don't look awful. I mean, for the most part, this guy looks in pretty good shape. It's not so rusted. They don't make heat exchangers like that no more. These heat exchangers were pretty tough. I should have a call from the thermostat. Indoor fan, yeah. Indoor outdoor fan. It's a 2-pole. This can be that guy there. It's probably more pitted than the rest. Let's bump it and see what happens. 18 amps. Now my panel's off too. And you can see we were going the right direction. So I need to get my panel back on. I need to be careful while I'm in here too, because I do still have power on. Trying not to bust my ass out here. Fire. I mean, this whole thing's bouncing. 14 amps is rated at 15 point something or another. I need to get this panel back on. Dropped a little more with that door back on. Look at that inducer. I mean, those burners look pretty good. I don't think we got any major problems except for overload was my problem. And whatever they did with the power, I guarantee you caused it, because this was working before they messed with the power. I'm ice skating up here, Jesus. It's gonna run for a while. It was 60 degrees in the space. I think they're set on 72, so it didn't take long to get to this point. I'm going to take my time, and we're gonna let this guy run and make sure nothing locks out. Again, panels back on, make sure nothing happens to turn the heat off. It's just an aging unit. It's probably gonna be time to start thinking about a new one. This is R22 as well. I don't know what the exact age is, but I did notice I've got some wires disconnected down there that I don't know what they are. It looks like both my compressor contactors are still plugged in. That's condenser fan contactor there. I have to investigate what these wires taped off here are. I'm not trying to decipher all the problems here. We got the heat working. We're gonna watch it run for a little bit. Just an old wobbly sumbitch, man. I mean, this whole thing, we've got neither crankcase heaters working. You can see somebody's put some tattletales on the low and the high pressure switches because they've had issues in the past. As you all may know, these got CLO boards. So, 2 CLO boards for first and second stage. Second stage has had some trips just reading over the tags, and they've been reset. And as you know, most people just reset them because they're just nobody knows how they work. So we just reset it and run, throw tattletales on the thing. These guys seen better days, man. Filter dryers. Those look like original filter dryers, which is pretty amazing for something that's this old. I don't know if the wheel's out of balance. I didn't hear a bearing, and I don't hear anything too crazy out of the blower. But this whole unit's just got a little shake to it. So while we're letting the space warm up, I've traced some wires. This is the other side of my crankcase heater, and it's fed from, they are fed from these top 2 relays. Here's where we're at. There's no problem with the heat on this. I think I read it wrong at first. It says does not disengage. So some of those knives on the inside of that thing, you can tell they're old. I popped it up and looked at it, but I did not want to turn them off. And without killing the power, I can't get my crankcase heaters back on, which I located, but I'm not messing with any of that right now. So I'm gonna tag it, and I went down and talked to the guy. It's 70 degrees in there. Heat's working, he's happy. I think we're gonna come back at some point when it's a little bit warmer, and we can check out the cooling and give him a full recommendation. I just hate to say, hey, you need a new disconnect, because we know he needs a new disconnect. He said he's been told that before. But then, we come back out, a couple weeks later or whatever, cooling's not working or something or another, and he's got a bad compressor, or we know the crankcase heaters are possibly bad. That's why they're disconnected. Maybe they're okay, but I'm not messing with that right now. We need to check the crankcase heaters, be able to shut that off at least with time. I don't want to make anything worse right now. Leave a trade bearing, you found it. See y'all next time.